So for those of us who do not know who are you and what do you do?
My name is, well, at this point, I'm 2L's Wicked. I've had quite a few names. At first, I was Young Wick, then I was Young Wicked, then I was just Wicked, and then I started calling myself Show Skinny for the hoes. Hey, hoes. And then, then I started calling myself Big Bye and Young Goldie, just because I'm a dick and I like pestering people with dumb shit like, oh, I'm the GOAT. No, you're not. Head ass nigga, whatever. Yeah, that's me. Oh yeah, I'm a rapper. I've made beats before, so technically I can put that on my record. I've been in groups and I actually like assembled the groups. There's been points where I've been like the second man in the group, but still kind of like leadership role in groups. But more than anything, dog, just an MC.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from a town called Waterloo, Iowa, which is northern Iowa. It's where, I don't know if you ever heard of the UNI Panthers, but that's where they play. Cedar Falls, Iowa. That's where I went to school, and that's where my parents moved us from whenever we moved from Waterloo. And yeah, it's just a bedroom community. You know, Iowa ain't got nothing cracking, bro. Like, nothing. We know we ain't got nothing cracking. Like, that's why we live our lives. We're like, man, ain't nothing cracking here. It's cold, bro. Like, it's just a whole bunch of people saying that they gonna leave, but they ain't leave. I don't know if you ever heard of the rock band Slipknot. Yeah, there's a big rock band from the 90s and 2000s called Slipknot. They was big around the time that Korn and all that. They had the mask and looked real creepy and crazy. Well, their lead singer, Corey Taylor, he's from my hometown, Waterloo, Iowa, and he described it perfectly. And respect Waterloo. I love y'all. My family back home. I love y'all. I don't want to sound like I'm talking bad about my hometown because I love my hometown. It's just nothing changes, bro. It's just the same old town.
Tell us about your
Yeah.
childhood growing up there.
Yeah, Waterloo. So I have two sides of a family. So I got my mother's side of the family, which is like the Wicks, the Wilsons, and all that. They're white people. You know, my grandma Arlene, which is my mom's mom, she lived on the east side of Waterloo, which is more so a black side of town. There's white people everywhere in Waterloo, but you know that's the more black side. And then my father, he's also from the east side, and they went to high school together. My mom and my auntie were best friends, so they got together through her, I believe. And then they ended up breaking up real early, so I ended up getting my stepfather in my life around when I was 2. He was a real hardworking man. He knucklehead for a little while, but you know, he was a real hardworking man who I really respect to this day. And my mother, she one of them women that she's like the hometown hero, bro. Like anybody that talk about my mom, you D son, oh my, your mom. Oh, I just knew that she was gonna make something of herself. Like because my mom, she's one of those women. Like, oh, you don't believe in me? Like that attitude you just seen, that's my mom. Oh yeah, oh, okay, watch. And she drives her Benz now. She called it Beyonce. You know what I'm talking about? And she came from the east side of Waterloo, dusty, busted, you know, but she made her way out, you know, and there's a lot of people that didn't. So I'm really proud of her. And she and my stepfather worked really hard to make sure that me and my sister and my brother didn't ever want for nothing. Like, yeah, I'm old enough to have lived in an apartment with my mom, lived in a duplex with my mom, lived in a small house with my mom. Okay, now she got the big house that everybody's like, oh, y'all rich. You know what I'm saying? But my brother and sister, they don't remember none of that. So all they know is mom and Jeff doing well. Me, I knew my stepfather when he'll punch you in your shit. I knew my mama when she'll punch you in your shit. Respect my mom and them, you know, I know y'all professionals. They changed, y'all. They changed. They found God. They didn't is the funny part, but hey, anyway. But no, my parents worked real hard, and you know, I had my father's side of the family in my life too, so it wasn't. Yeah, I was in a white household, but I had my big mom, my grandma, my auntie, my uncles, my cousins, all like my little sister who's white, Peyton, she grew up in my big mama household. When my big mama passed away, she passed away like a month or 2 before we moved here. So it was a big transition for me. But no, like my stepfather, like I said, he played amateur hockey. Kick your ass. Like he don't let nothing stop him. I get up, do my job, I don't complain about nothing. and I don't bitch. That man balling over that black woman. And it's because, and I realize it because women like that, big mamas that hold everything down, that keep you and all 6, 7, 8 of your cousins one day, so that all your family can go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's the backbone to things. And when she was gone, it's like nothing was the same. You know what I'm saying? So that's my childhood as far as Iowa is concerned. And then, you know, I ended up moving here when I was 14, when my mom got promoted at Tyson.
Tell us about your experiences here when you moved here at 14 years old.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. So I moved down here in 2004. It was April of 2004, and I went to this middle school called Southwest in Springdale. And first day of school, bro. First day of school, I walk in. I'm a solo dolo type nigga, bro. That's how I always live my life. I don't need a whole bunch of everybody. I got my friends. I love them. They love me. But they like family. We ain't got to see each other all the time. So solo dolo walking in. You know, I ain't looking for nobody to sit by. I see this table that's empty. I sit down. And then this kid named Donnell walk up. Hey, man. Hey, man. Where you from, man? I'm from Iowa, fool. Oh, okay, that's what's up. I'm Donnell, man. You want to come sit with us? All right, bet. Donnell would go down to be Bando two-time. And I was cool with Donnell. I still love you, Donnell, by the way. But no, I'm cool with Donnell. I was cool with Chicken, Albert. What do you call himself now? Simba. Yeah. Simba, you made this old face ass. That's my nigga. But yeah, I moved down here. Got some friends, you know, and whatnot. Ended up moving to Farmington because my parents didn't close on their house in Springdale like they were supposed to. They ended up closing in Farmington. So I ended up going to Farmington, and that's completely different. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm from the North, bro. I'm from the Midwest. So my mama told me that y'all didn't have McDonald's down here, and I believed her. Google wasn't so easy that I could be like, is my mama full of shit right now? Like, .com. But no, so I come down here and, you know, respect to the white folks and whatnot, but they had a, you know, little attitude about me being around here, so I had to kick some ass to, you know, get them up off me. And then I had to kick some, you know, black folks' ass to let them know I'm black too, you know what I'm saying, and do what I had to do. But no, man, coming down to Arkansas, it was traumatizing at first because lost Big Mama, you know what I'm saying? And then my auntie, who's like my favorite person in the whole world, she up there. My mom fell out with her mom, my grandmother. So that's a whole nother separate. And she was dealing with emphysema. I'm mad at Farmington High School right now, and I ain't gonna say which coach because I still love you, dog. But you, I ended up losing out on my starting position that I earned football because I missed the first game. But that's the thing. My grandma got rushed to the hospital, dog. Well, I'm 14 at the time, 14 years old. My mom was just gonna leave me at the crib. Hell no, my mom knew I was humping on something back there. She bring your ass. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go back, never get to play again, but that's on some other shit. Anyway, no, but I came down here and I grew the longer that I stayed here, man, to just love this place, bro. I love Northwest Arkansas. I'm not one of y'all people that's talking about, I can't wait to leave, all that extra shit. I do not identify with y'all niggas. This place, I live in St. Louis, Missouri, dog. You will die. Like, you will die in nice places. Like, it's beautiful outside, like Fayetteville, but you'll die. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, appreciate where you at, because this is a melting pot. You can do a lot with yourself here with all the money, you know.
When did you start making music? Yeah. And when did you start taking it seriously?
Well, me taking it seriously was right away. Right away. But as far as when I started writing when I was like, no pun intended, 12 years old. But I was shy about it, man. You know what I'm saying? There was this kid, shout out to you if you watching this, but there's this kid named Chris Wright back in my hometown. And he would just come into the lunchroom and motherfuckers would be like, hey, yo, spit that shit, Chris Wright. Spit that shit. And he'd come over and just start spitting, going crazy. Dark-skinned ass nigga, cool as hell, had the little bifocals, whatever. jiggy as fuck. He's going crazy. I'm sitting here, this biggest fan, nigga. He don't even know. I'm sitting here like, man, I want to do that. But I'm too shy to do it. And my last day there, I actually ended up rapping for him. He loved that shit. But no, that's when I started like writing and shit. But it was when I moved down here that I started like recording because I didn't think nigga like me could record, nigga. Like I thought you had to get a record deal to record, nigga. Like back then, this is how stupid we was. Like we wasn't stupid, but it's just what we knew. You know, we didn't know that you could just go to a studio or go look up in the newspaper or whatever it is, a record studio, go there and do your shit or get your own equipment. But I was kicking it with this kid named Willie Grimes. Shout out Willie Grimes. I was kicking with him, and he had this burnt disc CD, CDRs. You remember the CDRs? Goddamn. Don't make it a CDRW. It's a CDR, or it's gonna be wrong. Nigga, he got a CDR. This group. It said the Green City Smokers. I was like, all right, and he started playing that shit. I'm sitting like, oh, that shit crazy, fool. What the fuck? Who is that? And they're like, oh, that's Green City. I was like, oh, okay, that's what's up. Where they from? He's like, oh, they from Greenland. I was like, Greenland where? The country? He's like, no, like next door our town. I was like, these niggas is here? They exist, nigga? I was this stupid, fool. Like, I was this dumb. But I was like, word? I was like, oh, I gotta get with them, fool. Like, I'm thinking that's the only way. The only way I would be able to record is if I get with Green City. Dumbass nigga. So literally, nigga, I would Radio Shack. Got me a mic that kind of looked like this a little bit. Nah, I had to record my No, at first what I just seen a meme about this here recently. That microphone, that old desktop microphone, the little stick thing will look like this. Me and my homeboy PJ, stupid motherfuckers, dog. We was recording on that motherfucker at first. We didn't know what we was doing, dog. But he used to record on like this little Zune, the Zune MP3 player. He used to record on that. But I got into high school, dog. I met my dog PJ. Shout out, rest in peace, my dog PJ. And he was working at like 14 or 15 at the McDonald's on College. And he got everybody jobs up there. Got me a job up there. Very first paycheck, I got a velour sweatsuit. A velour sweatsuit, nigga. And then I got the producer edition of FL Studio. And let me go back in my story just a little bit. And you might know these cats, but I got some homeboys from back in the day. My homeboy Breeze Neal, and then my homeboy Randy Stevenson, but everybody else know him as Highlight. Okay, so I met them cats when I was in high school, and Highlight, he put me on Cool Edit Pro, which was, for people that don't know, what was it? It was like Pro Tools, but like easy Pro Tools, like Fruity Loops version of Pro Tools. Like it's real easy recording. And then FL Studio, of course, we had the demo version first, got the crack version, then we actually bought it. But no, that's how I kind of like started out, bro. I just started in my room, 15, 16. My boy PJ would come over. I'm gonna say this on camera. We would get my mom. She had this white ass liquor. It was called a Apple Pucker or some shit, nigga. Me and PJ would go downstairs at the pantry, dog, get a little shot of that. One time my stepfather caught us smoking black and mild upstairs like his mad ass niggas. He didn't actually catch us in the act, but he smelled. He's like, I know what you did, right? Stupid. Like, we'd get together, vibe out, dog, rap to like Lloyd Banks beats, Lil Wayne beats, Fabulous beats, nigga, like Nas beats. Like, nigga, who y'all trying to sound like? That's why I ended up sounding the way I sound, because I'm rapping like all this other shit. But important here is my homeboy Breeze. Highlight, you important. You important. You taught me how to make beats, but I'm not a producer right now. So I'm talking about my rapping. Okay. All right, but Breeze heard me and Randy's mixtape that we did when I was like 15, 16, something like that. He came over to my mama's house. First time I ever met this man in my life. Second time. First time was like in passing. But he came to my house and he was like, hey man, I listened to that mixtape you and Randy did. That was terrible, bro. It was bad. He's like, it's bad, bro. It's so bad. He's like, but. Because I'm looking at him like, you at my mama's house, dog. I know where everything at. But no, he's like, but let me tell you something. You sound smart. when I listen to your raps, you sound like you ain't just talking. Like you observing some or you living some and you giving it back. You know, that's what it sounds like. And he's like, and like I said, that album sucked. But I can tell that if you rap with somebody that's dope like me, it's gonna make you want to be the dopest motherfucker you can be. So for the next 3 years, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade, Breeze called me randomly. Half the time he called me to diss his brother, who I did not know, never met in my life. And the nigga nowadays, his name Johnny, he got a boxing gym around here. He got a boxing gym. If he decided to be like, oh, this that nigga, okay, well shit, man, come through, bro. But no, but Breeze, he would have me rap. And he'd be like, all right, that's cool. All right, that's cool every time. All right, come back next time. All right, come back next time. Until Hustling came out. It wasn't Hustling, it was the Hustling remix with Jeezy, Jay-Z, and Ross. Dog, he played that, and I ended up doing something too. He's like, he had some like different look in his eye. Like, he's seeing somebody now. So by that point, he's like, you ready? And then like a week later, he took me over to the Green City Smokers. Didn't tell me the whole time that he knew them. Randy was dating one of their sisters. A guy that was like kind of my mentor for a small period of time, but still an important period of time. His name was Deuce. He also had a group called 420 that he went on to do. But no, dog, that's kind of my beginnings with everything, dog. Just kind of being shy, meeting my dog PJ, and him showing me his little bullshit freestyles on his little Zoom, and me being like, oh shit, you know how to record? Okay. So bringing him over and just like, we just trying shit for a few years until the shit actually sounded like something. And each time we had a little spark. You know what I'm talking about? First, my dog PJ, who wasn't the better rapper out of two, and I wrote all his raps but this one. I wrote all of his raps except this one. He had a brush up. He was a cute kid at the time. He had a brush up with some boy at school that was supposed to be a hard ass. Punched him in his face. Shout out Justin. I don't know if you watch this. He punched dude in his face. He looked like Lil Bill. Imagine Lil Bill punching you in your face from the book. But no, he had this diss record about punching that kid in the face. So it splashed. And then I did a freestyle to Lean Back by Fat Joe. That's how old I am, y'all. Sorry, 35. Anyway, but yeah, we had a little spark there. Me and my homegirl Dee and Anteria and PJ had a spark the next project with this girl song we did. Then I had something else with a soul track. And then that next year, my spark was the song that I did with Green City initially. And then a solo track that they just kind of just stood behind the stamp. And I ended up being the last member that they added in Green City, which was like, and then they broke up 3 months later. Pull that rug off you, bro. But no, I mean, it's a beautiful thing because if that wouldn't have happened, then I wouldn't have had the confidence to go and do my own thing with the L's and whatnot. So, you know.
Can you tell us how the L's formed,
Yeah.
and then, you know, after that, going into your solo career?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, as far as the L's is concerned, Double L's Productions is what the L's is for. It began in 2007, summer of 2007. I was just about to be a senior. Me, my homeboy Jesse Jenkins, Jesse Comstock, and Aaron Watley. We was all kicking it because I was in Waterloo for 2 weeks for the summer. Just about to start senior year. I don't know what they about to do with their lives after this. Let's turn up together. And we decided while we was there, because they knew about what I was doing down here in my mama house with my Radio Shack mic. So they went to Radio Shack, nigga. They got them they Radio Shack mic, nigga. And we did like a demo. You know what I'm saying? Like Aaron produced 2 of the tracks, I produced the other 2, and we just made something that was like 4 or 5 tracks. And we planned whenever we graduate from school, take this music and we gonna shop we gonna do it. We had no plan, but we gonna shop this shit when we get, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so we started it. That next year came. That's when I got with Green City. I went back home to kind of let them know, hey, mission accomplished on that Green City shit. You know, my homeboy, Young James, who also started L's with me, he's Jesse Comstock. He moved down here and we started to do some music and shit. But unfortunately, a few weeks after we all kind of got together for that next summer, my homeboy Aaron passed away. He was the most he's the most pure, like that nigga was Jesus. Like straight A student, black belt karate. He could dance. All the girls liked him. He had acne and all the girls liked him. Like, you cute with acne, nigga. He could fight good and he was humble. He would never want to harm a fly. Bust your ass though. It's my dog, and he can sing. You know, like who I would compare him to is like an Al Nix, like somebody who can do so much dope shit. You know what I'm saying? And he actually got an injury from dancing because he had his own step team that he created. He brought the step team to the school that he was coming to because they didn't have one. That's the type of nigga that he was. And he worked at a fucking movie theater giving his pops money to help out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he got an injury from dancing. They did surgery and they ended up missing some. He had a blood clot in his knee and he ended up passing away the day of his 18th birthday or the day before, one or the other. Yeah, and crazy shit about it is 2 or 3 years later, 2010, I got invited to Little Rock by Def Jam Records. Yeah, and it was two different people. The guy that invited me was this guy named Anthony Walker. He went by Sco or something. He worked for a company called Suave House Records. He produced for not Rick Ross, Teflon Don. Yeah, so when he was Teflon Don, he produced for him 8-Ball and MJG, and he's also an A&R for the record label. And then a name you might recognize, and I think you might. His name's Lenny Santiago, but his stage name, I guess, is Lenny S. He's one of Jay-Z's right-hand men, and he's his A&R. So I got to go down to Little Rock and trip this. It was exactly 3 years to the day of my homeboy passing away. So I got to dedicate my performance to him. Verification of this, West Helena, we were just kind of talking about those areas. Freezer Boy, go hard or go home. That's my shit, nigga. I used to love those mixtapes when I was a kid because he was like a punchline rapper a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I was a big fan of Freezer Boy. So, but he was there at that showcase. He was another one of the artists that was selected. So I went there, did my performance. My homeboy PJ, who passed 3 years ago, he was my hype man because somebody punked out on me. They were supposed to be on songs and everything. Nigga, I had to re-record all my music in 1 week. And I also had to write 2 of the songs and then learn them from memory. You know how I rap? And dude, flawless victory when I did it. Flawless victory. So I went down there, had my baby mama, and I had my dog P. I had like $30 total. $30 between me and my baby mama. Nah. And my dog P put the gas in the tank. We put gas in the tank. He bought us like a McChicken to split. And we got like a drink for ourselves and shit. And we went down there. And the way that you kind of knew how you did in the performance is by them giving you their contact information, phone number, email, you know, the whole thing. And they also give you a grade on your performance and your marketability, all that. So at the end of the showcase, I end up being the only one that got all that contact information. Everybody else didn't. So I'm like, fucking right. Like, I came down here with nothing, and I walked away with this shit. And dog, a few 4 or 5 months go by, I call. I send the emails after emails, try to be as professional as I want. I probably cuss their ass fuck out too. I probably like, you selling niggas dreams out here, nigga? Or you gonna sign Big Crit, huh, nigga? Oh, cause I'm from Arkansas, I get it. Hey, you think anything to like make that pain go away. But no, like, yeah, no, so after that happened, dog, I was straight. All right, dog. Mom and them right. I'm wasting my time. I got my second child now on the way, and you know I got a job opportunity. You know I'm just gonna do that. And then here come my big head ass fucking friend PJ. who we called Chulo P. He called himself Chulo P. I'd never call his ass. I told him I would never call him that. I'm only calling him that because he passed and I loved him. But we got Chulo P. And then I had Dixie, young Dixie Dollar. He came to my door. And then another guy named Tony Guy. They all came to my door. And they was like looking for a motherfucker to guide them with the music shit. And I was like, all right, I'll be y'all manager. And they're like, what? I'm like, what? They're like, no, nigga, we want you to rap with us. Like, I'm like, nah, man, I'm done. They're like, no, you not, nigga. Set up the studio time. So we'll go to the studio, and I'm like, all right, nigga, I'll do a hook for y'all. That's it. And at first, that's what it was. First few songs, it was just me on the hook. And then they ended up bringing my other homeboy who, he kind of like, he wasn't in Waterloo with me to start the L's, but he was already my homeboy in Arkansas when I came back from that trip. So I told him about what we did in Waterloo. And he been rapping ever since. My homeboy Big Nuke, shout out my dog Big Nuke. But yeah, when they brought my dog, cause he just came back from Lincoln, Nebraska or some shit. When they brought him in, I was like, all right, nigga, all right, I'ma do it. Cool, whatever, nigga. Y'all got one time. But no, then we took summer and fall of 2010, record our first mixtape, L's Up. And we put it out in spring of 2011 and just hit the ground running. You know what I mean? As far as how things went, I guess I'll summarize it. We did a few projects. Double L's Productions in total has like 5 or 6 projects. However, the ones that y'all might know is like 2 projects. 2 projects plus the solo project I put out because I had a bunch of features from them on it, so we just call it another L's album. You know what I mean? But we did music and I'm keep it real, y'all. Cause it's my story, nigga. If I die tomorrow, y'all want me to say it right. But no, the truth of the matter is when that iteration of the group came together, I was 21. I'm the oldest. Yeah. So everybody is kind of like kids. So they just now getting their first bit of freedom. They just now to the point to where their mama can't tell them shit. They just now to the point to where they can gas up their car. And they got their job. They got their woman. They got, you know what I'm saying? So it's like when a man got his things and he got to do what he got to do, and he's not really, his dream really ain't to make music. He loves making music. He's good at making music. He wants to be with his friends and do things his friend does. But if you put a group of guys like that with one motherfucker that's like, but I want to do it for real though. I scared them away, man. That's how I feel. I feel like eventually it got to the point where it's like, Wick, we really just don't take it serious. Like they never said those words, and y'all know y'all didn't. They never said those words. But this is the thing about Double L's. It ain't no damn rap group. That ain't no record label. That's my friends, bro. That's my family. That's people I love. Every last one of them, love them. PJ, rest in peace, passed away in 2021. That's my nigga, dog. Like, I was his pallbearer, and his name's Paul. I was Paul's pallbearer, nigga. Big ass. But dog, nigga, like I love that nigga. Like, Big Nuke. We've had our issues. He's 6'4". I'm 5'7", but feel 6'4" in my mind. So, butt heads a little bit, but me and him, great place right now. Beautiful. We talk all the time now. And then young Dixie, you know I love you, fool. That's like my little brother that I hate to hurt his feelings. I will hurt his feelings, but I hate to hurt his feelings because I feel it like he feel me when I be mad at him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it took some time for me to do solo stuff. People told me to do solo stuff a lot, and I kind of hated it because it's like, yo, I really support my guys. They really are some of the most talented rappers I heard from around here outside of myself. You know what I'm saying? So I really respect them. But I also had that thing in me to let me know, like, they right, though. Like, you should do your own shit. Not leave the group, but do your own shit. So in 2014, I decided to do that. I went to East Hall Recording Studio. Shout out to Chris Moore. I went there. I recorded 12 tracks in a day. I want to say, voice was gone. I did that. And then I ended up not all the way loving it, so I ended up getting back with my old Green City homeboy. Shout out my mentor, DJ Donk, aka AJ Lyons. Pimpin' know my dog AJ. They came up together, but no, man. Yeah. So I ended up getting into my own stuff, and right when I'm putting out my project, I done got a few shows under my belt, videos under my belt, getting some opportunities going for myself. There's people taking interest in looking at me and whatnot. I had the whole world, people that listen to my music, and not the whole world, my whole world. My whole world was listening to my music, jamming my shit, telling me how dope I was. And then there's elements within my close knit that's like, you wasting your time. Stop doing that. Cut that out. I'm like, man, you don't see the way these folks talking about me? It's like, and that certain thing that I was talking about before ain't had nothing going on. So when somebody ain't got nothing going on and you link to them and you doing good stuff and all they doing is feeling bad all the time, all they want is for you to feel bad. And if you stay with them long enough, they become a part of you. So you leave them, but now when you writing your raps, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even it's them that got a hold on you, it's the thing that they using. That's the chip in your brain. You know what I'm saying? So there was a few years that it was like, anytime I start to like look like I was gonna do something, one text message or a phone call, or what, I can't even go, but you know, because I'm in litigation right now, I don't want to do too much. But I went through a lot of that, and then you know, I ended up moving to St. Louis for my daughter. I was actually going to school at the time, kind of like we was discussing before. And I was going to school full-time, working full-time, and an active member of my kid's life. And then her mother decided to move her to St. Louis. I'm the paranoid, anxiety type. Okay? Any text message could make this, you know what I'm saying, be bad. So I'm moving to St. Louis too. And as soon as my lease was up, a few months after they moved, I moved right on up there. And it was turmoil. I'll just keep it like that. That's how I'm going to describe it. It was turmoil for like 3 years straight. And then I had one nice year, 2019. I got joint legal custody of my youngest child, did my thing. We getting reacclimated to each other. I can actually afford to put furniture in my living room because I had to sell. I had a brand new car when everything happened. I had a brand new car, sold that thing off just so I could get a place in St. Louis and be close to my daughter and get my lawyer. You know what I'm saying? So I did all that just to be able to get that joint legal custody. We had one good year, COVID. And then laid off. And then I finally got a good job. Ooh, I'm killing it. I'm in a sales job. Oh, these people love me in here. No, they don't. They just made up a reason to fire me, dog. I'm still confused. I'm baffled. I don't want to get in any room with any white people that ain't my parents. And I'd still be nervous with them. But no, like I went through like a Twilight Zone type of situation with a job right after my dog PJ passed, like a month and a half later. Lost that job. Relocated back here, was told by friends that they could help me out. Everything that they were going to do to help me out fell through. My kid and her mom, we weren't communicating as well at that point because being upset me being gone, and I get it. But now I made my way back to St. Louis and then started getting sick in 2021 and 2022. So I started getting sick and I didn't know what was going on. But I've always had like digestive issues over the last like 10 years. Even when Elza was recording our last project we did together, I was still dealing with these issues. It was sparingly. You'll deal with it like 3-4 times a year maybe. And it'd be like 3-4 days. But it got to a point recently where it was like, okay, every single day I feel this way. Every day. And it's like anything that you can find on a Pepto-Bismol bottle, like side effects, I had that. Plus a whole lot of other painful, disgusting stuff that I won't talk about. But I ended up getting my gallbladder removed, kind of like I mentioned before, as of July of this year. And man, got that thing up out of me, and it took like 2 months for me to actually get those symptoms gone and my body start to get reacclimated to digesting things. But now I'm tip-top shape, feel best I ever could. And the whole time that I was sick, I couldn't work. So me not being able to work, all I had to do to not go crazy was write music. And that's what y'all been getting here the last little bit. And I mean, I just, over the last 2 weeks, I dropped 2 projects. So I dropped the Goldie version, which is a 8-track mixtape. So I'm just rapping to all beats by rappers you know. And all but one of them are female ran beats. So like Lotto, Glorilla, beats like that. So I'm rapping today beats just on some mixtape Lil Wayne type thing. You know what I'm saying? Come back, spaz on somebody else's stuff. And then I got my album that I just came out with called Cap. It came out in the last week. And that's like my growth album. That's my, if you listen to me back then and you hear me now, you're gonna be like, that's not the same dude. And I love this shit. Like, I've been, over the last 3 years, like since COVID, I want to say, I've been kind of playing around with the melodic shit a little bit. Back in the day, I never did it because I'm a staunch Drake hater. Like, I hate him. And I believe that there's only one T-Pain, so I never did auto-tune once in my life, ever. And I'm not like bragging on it. I probably should have used it. But no, like over the last few years, like I get little comments. Like I'll be in the studio with my homeboy Beezy. He's like, when you be singing and bullshitting, like doing your little jokey shit, you be sounding like halfway good sometimes. I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. And then my daughter's like, oh, okay, I heard that note. What note? Ain't no note. You know what I'm talking about? Like, so on this project, yes, I'm still the same old Wicked, still rapping. You don't get the fast flow with me as much as you used to, and that's purposeful. Because back then, I didn't feel like I did that too often. I didn't want people to look at me that way. I want you to look at me as an MC. I'll bust your ass in any type of way. You want to rap on an 80s beat, I'll bust your ass. You want to rap on a 90s beat, bust your ass. West Coast beat, East Coast beat, you want to rap to a Delhi beat, nigga, I'll bust your ass. Like, I want those type of niggas, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't even know where I was going with it, dog, but basically what I'm going with is, dog, I've been sick. I've been going through family issues. I've been going through all the things. And hey, man, I know there's plenty of other artists that go through that stuff too. But I wonder if they involved in their kid's life like I'm involved in my kid's life. I wonder if they really like taking on all the pressure. Like I'm talking, like, don't get me wrong, I get help, bro. You know, my parents always got my back. Like I say, you know, they worked hard for a reason. And I'm take care of them. I told them to wipe their ass. I'll wipe your ass. Whenever you go ahead, shit. Don't shit on purpose, though. But I don't even know where I'm going with it, man. But I know that we gonna get into some more questions and some other stuff. So go ahead, brother.
Black people have this, and I think your opinion on this will be great because you grew up biracial. Mm-hmm. Well, you grew up in a biracial household, right? Black people have this stereotype about them. People think that we're angry, violent, right, emotional. If this is true, how do you think that we got like that?
It's trauma. It's trauma from ancestors. So, like, I had family members in Vietnam. You know, my grandmother was a war veteran. You know, she came back with like a lot of issues and stuff, and then, you know, ended up having a lot of habits that I won't go too deep in, but she had a lot of habits and problems, and she liked to party and do her thing and all that, and she ended up having like 5 kids, my pops and, you know, my auntie and all them. So her going through all the things she went through on top of the stress that she put on herself, you know, with, and grandma ain't saying it's all you, I'm just giving you an example, baby, you know. But it's just an example. Somebody comes back from war, they pick up the habits they pick up over there. Then they have children, so the DNA is now spreading out, okay? And then you still going through some stuff. And then, okay, now you guys are interacting, and you may not be interacting in the best ways. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, it all comes together to kind of just explode. You know what I'm saying? So as far as that's concerned, like, I'll let folks know all the time, I'm a proud black man, man. And, you know, I'm proud to have my mama who she is, you know, whether she white or whatever she is, you know, because like I said, she Eastside Waterloo. And I know, like, my big mama, wish you would say something about my mama. You know, that's my daughter. I don't care what she look like, that's my daughter. And that white boy she date, that my son. Yeah, come on in here, boy, get you something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just we do have that. We do have that, and hey, man, in a way, it is. We do have that warrior spirit. We do have that. You don't let that die. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, don't live off that. You survive off that, but you don't just live off that. You know, you gotta know when to a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't got that, you gonna get ate. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it go though, bro. You gotta think about the psychology of everything, the genetics of everything. You know, like there's so much that goes into why anyone is the way they are. Whether you white, black, whatever it is, and that's why the reason why I'm glad that I've been to therapy in my life, and I've been in a psychology course or two, read a psychology book or two, because you reading that shit and you understanding yourself, and then at the same time you're like, oh shit, I understand this bitch ass nigga I don't even like. Fuck, I don't want to like him. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's just I think that's what it is. Just what happened in our lives before. So that's the reason why, you know, now that I'm 35, I wasn't cognizant back then, but now it's like, okay, let me develop some good habits. Let me make sure I'm working out, taking care of myself, and let my babies see me do that, so they can be like, you know, let me do that too, or let me make sure that they see me go to the doctor. You know, I'm trying to fall in love, dog, but I'm like George Clinton, bro. Nothing but a dog. Yeah, man. Well, I hope that answered the question.
Mental and physical abuse is something that we all deal with as people.
Yeah.
We all deal with it.
Absolutely.
To some degree.
Uh-huh.
But I would argue that in the black community, more of us deal with it at a higher degree than other people.
It could be.
Do you think that the way that we was raised like that, with mental and physical abuse, you know, present in the household, do you think that the way that we were raised made us a stronger people, or did it stifle our growth?
As far as that goes, it's kind of like what we was talking about before. Just the history of us. You know what I'm saying? If your whole group was raped, pillaged, plundered, and made slaves if you weren't killed, if that was your existence for however many 100 years, and then you get out of that and you're still kind of like the others, like the don't go over there's, the don't come over here's, the all that, you deal with the trauma of that, and then it's okay, well, you can be over here, but just don't come over, just don't date my daughter. Just don't do that. I dealt with that. You might have dealt with that at a point in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I dealt with the don't date my daughters, or the I'll kick your ass because you talking to my sister, or whatever. Like, I dealt with that, you know, but it's hereditary, and it's like in the history of it, yeah, your mama beat your ass because her mama beat her ass, and her mama beat her ass, and her great mama beat her ass, and then her slave owner beat her ass. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying, because everybody get their ass whooped, bro. Like, I know Spanish people get hit with chancletas. You know what I'm talking about? Like, white people, I do. Y'all just be smacking each other. But anyway, you know, we all got our shit, but in the black community, especially because of what our people have been through. Like, it was in our origins that we get beat on, or we have to kill each other, you know, to survive type shit. So, yeah.
I'm the type of person, I don't really think that everybody should be friends.
Yeah.
I think it's good to have healthy disagreements with people. I mean, it's people right now on this earth today that you couldn't really pay me to be friends with.
Right.
But one thing that I do believe in, I think that we kind of owe this to our ancestors, like you was touching on.
Yeah.
I believe that we can peacefully coexist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really have to be worried about what you're doing.
Right.
I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this notion of peacefully coexisting with people that you don't like?
Well, I mean, as far as coexisting, coexisting to you may not be coexisting to me. You know, coexisting could be, okay, here's the map. You be over here, I'll be over here, and that's cool with me. That's coexisting. Or coexisting could be, okay, well, let's get past that and we can work together, shake hands. or coexisting could be, coexisting could be beefing, but coexisting in a more positive light as far as that's concerned. Yeah, like there's it depends on who you coexisting with, and it's kind of like you say, I ain't gonna be friends with everybody, dog. Like if I peep your character and it don't match mine, like we can have different thoughts, but character, I don't. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe in that kumbaya shit. I believe in kumbaya amongst like-minded individuals. Me and you, instead of me and you having some type of issue, I like some of the stuff you do. You like some of the stuff I do. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get together, parlay, and try to make this thing a little bit bigger. You can still have your thing. I can still have my thing, but we going to come together, do that fusion like Dragon Ball Z. Talk about, and then here we are. We out here. Go Tanks or whatever dumb shit they just said it was. But, I mean, again, though, like certain people, it's like, dude, fuck you, fool. Like, yeah, live your life. Yeah, be successful. Yeah, take care of your people. I love that. Do your thing, dog. But don't bring your fuck ass around me, like, or say nothing to me or whatever. But that's coexisting to me. If I see one of those, like, I might pop off type motherfuckers, I'm 35, dog. I'm gonna just, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and roll. You try to cut me off and try to not let me leave, all right, and I'm gonna hand you like I want to. But at this age, that's coexisting to me. If I don't like you like that, if I feel like something might happen if we see each other, then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and roll because, somebody gonna get ugly. And it is what it is. So, you know how it goes.
What advice do you have for local musicians who are, trying to be successful and they think that they're not talented enough or they're not doing enough as far as like getting out in the community and making themselves known? Yeah. So they really holding themselves back. They don't really have that motivation. What advice do you have for those types of musicians?
Find yourself a Breeze Neal. Going back to my homeboy Breeze, find niggas gonna tell you suck. Yeah, if you ain't been told you suck, then how you know if you good or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be tested in that way. You got to find people that test you, that make you feel like, okay, I did that shit like that before, and that was hard, but I can be better. Or listen to what he doing. Okay, let me go ahead and do it this way, that way. Okay, you need motherfuckers that'll bring out that inner creativity out of you, because the better that is, the better off you're going to be. And you also have to make sure that you have people that are creative but not the same way you are. You know what I'm saying? You need a guy that got the video equipment and all that, and you'll be his homeboy, treat him right, be respectful to him, respect his lady and all that. All right. And then you got your homeboy that knows how to do marketing. He going to University of Arkansas doing his thing. Okay, show him some respect. If he do something for you, he already doing free work at school all the time. Break him off a little piece of that cat bar. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? You need just the girls on campus. Be sweet to them. Don't be too creepy. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, be cool, because they going to be the ones that listen and they the party. So if everybody looking at them and they say, we partying over here and you here, you know what I'm saying? So just do that, and don't spend too much time listening to cats like me or anybody else. You got to learn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you want to watch people. You want to learn. You want to pick stuff up, but you also want to do. Because doing is going to be the thing that makes the difference. Because you going to suck ass at first. I sucked ass at making music videos. I hated it. But I didn't have no live Sosa. Well, I did, but he was a rapper back then. Like, he wasn't even doing this, I don't think. Was he the one that did y'all videos back in the day? No, it was somebody else? Okay. All right, well, yeah, we didn't have that fool. So it's like, dang, what I'm gonna do? GoPro, what's up? But, yeah, man, just get to it, dog. Get to it. And if you suck, get better, bro. Like, get around somebody who does not suck, that you know for sure. This dude don't suck. Everybody say they like it when he raps. So get around him if you can, and be respectful and learn something. Gotta do it.
What is your philosophy on life? Like, do you have like some rules that you have in place on how you deal with the obstacles that you run into in life?
Yeah.
What is your philosophy on life?
I don't know if I have a philosophy, man. I have an approach, and it's like, just, hey, man, best you can, because like I say, I deal with depression. So I'm Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Sometimes when you see me, That's Dr. Jekyll. Everybody like Dr. Jekyll. Cool as hell, funny as hell, got all the jokes, fix your problems, all that, cool. But Mr. Hyde, like, I get that, like, hereditary from my father. Because he wasn't really in my life like that. A little bit, but not really. But no, it's just like, whenever I get that feeling, like, whatever that feeling is that make you feel that way, I go away. Because it's like, yo, I ain't trying to, like, it's like Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner when he's, like, turning green, all that bullshit. Yeah, it's kind of like, that's kind of how it is with me. So I kind of, like, just kind of stay ducked off. My number one and only, really, is B100 with Boo and P. And Boo and P, that's my kids, by the way. I got to keep it 100 with them. First things first. I need to stay in contact with my family, my mom, my stepfather, my brother and sister. Well, of course, my brother Isaiah from my dad's side, my brother Israel. Like, and then, of course, something that I could do better at, stay in touch with family. Like, all these things, like, you need it takes a village to raise a child, but it also takes a village to support a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you selling T-shirts, you hoping to God that the people down the street that, you know, sell the blow pops want to make a trade with you or whatever, like, understand that you trying to grind and do something, you know, or the guy, you know, that got the 9-to-5 job and you in his business, but he sees that you doing your thing, so he let you slide right quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need those type of people. So my belief is you got move with respect, move with humility, you know. And I know I'm the guy to go around saying bye and all that goofy shit. Like, but I mean, you know, that's how I feel, but as a character too. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, yeah, I'm just me. I'm really a humble person. But, you know, and that's what it is. You be humble, you be respectful to other people. You have something to offer other people. That's another thing. You have to have something to offer. If I was a whack, trash ass motherfucker in this chair, you'd be like, all right, bro, good seeing you. Thanks for the 50. My man.
If people want to get in contact with you, how would they?
Man, social medias is, what's my social medias? 2L's Wicked on everything. If you want to Snapchat me that thing, is the show Skinny or Wicked period 12. And YouTube, Wicked Goat or something like that. Just look at my Facebook, nigga, you'll find it. Yeah.